Hello everyone, welcome to a DSP video. We're going to be talking about his week in preview. But first, I want to show you something, because this happened I think last weekend. I don't know if I ever talked about it in a video, but I'll show you now. Bam! He blocked me on Twitter. I don't know what I did. I didn't really say anything that was mean or hateful. The last thing I tweeted at him was that Street Fighter V wasn't that bad, and whatever. It was stuff about Street Fighter V. Now he could have blocked me for that because he thinks everyone who likes Street Fighter V is an idiot, which is ridiculous. But I did a video on his Street Fighter V rant, so check that out. I thought his whole thing about Street Fighter V was ridiculous. He really didn't have to say that people who like the game are idiots. He really doesn't have to say that, but whatever. So, I think it was either the Street Fighter V thing was what got me blocked, or he saw this picture and he was able to put two and two together, like, oh, this guy, that image is the same image that was on my forums, and I banged that guy, so I got blocked him here, which is completely fucking whatever. But so it's either that or third surprise theory, one of his fans told him about me. Could be whatever. Could be either one. But that's it. That's enough for conspiracy theory time. Let's. By the way, here's a artwork of a video I'm doing, for my main channel. A little teaser for you. If you guys don't know, that's Ken the Eagle from Gacha Man. So hope you're excited. All right, let's get to the weekend preview. I did watch this beforehand because I wanted to try something different this time around. Because a lot of these weekend previews have been going in cold, and I decided to watch this last night so I could see if there was stuff I wanted to talk about. So it's gonna be an interesting one, actually. I thought this was a very weird weekend preview out of all the ones that I've seen from him, but.
What is up, everyone? DSP here, and welcome to the Weekend Preview. It is Sunday night, September 25th, 2016 here in Washington State. Nice and cool, lovely weather we've been having recently. Now that autumn has hit, this past week was the first week of autumn, at least in the United States. I'm not sure, internationally where the autumn actually begins. And this week's an interesting one. We're ending...
It's usually 21st. September 21st is when the season starts. At least I'm pretty sure it's the 21st. Yeah, I think it's the 21st. If you want to correct me, go right ahead. I'm at this point I might be as wrong as Phil is.
Off September. And ending off September, it means that there's going to be some ongoing things. There's going to be a new thing that's starting this week, which you're going to have control of. Okay, well, let me put it this way. Will you have 100% control? No, but I need to get your feedback to see what exactly you're interested in seeing me play this week, because we've got a few options, which I'm going to talk about in this video, okay? So, there's a lot to talk about in this video. There's a few things I want to hit upon before we actually get to the schedule, all right? First and foremost, this past week ended up being a little bit different than what originally I had planned it being, because we didn't know, for example, when was the Street Fighter V DLC coming out? Was I going to be able to get some people together to do a final run in Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, right? There's a lot of things that were uncertain about this past week. So if you have not been paying attention, a few quick things. Number one, yes, I did play the final Street Fighter V DLC, Urian. He did release, and I played him on Friday, so you can check that out on DSP Gaming. As usual, I did all his trials and in the lab and his survival mode and all story mode and all that, and then I did a bunch of online play. In addition, I did begin my Banjo-Kazooie HD playthrough. You can find that on DSP Gaming as well. I played a good 4 to 5 hours of the game back on Saturday. That was the big premiere. I actually did 2 sessions of it in celebration of it being the launch of that game, okay? Now, keep in mind, that game is the patrons playthrough from August. That's the reward. We hit the goal level, so I'm going to be doing an ongoing playthrough of that game over the course of this week. So that's going to be one of the major things. Now, let's talk a little bit about something that I saw happen on YouTube these past couple of weeks, all right? And I'm going to be real with everyone, honest. I don't think that it's true. The bottom line is I've noticed just checking out certain things, like for example, certain videos that I've uploaded and stuff like that. It almost looks like views are like way down, all right? Now, most of you don't care about that. And honestly, I don't get paid off of views. So
Here we go. See, when I first watched this, I was like, what? Oh. See, I see YouTube notification. But aside from that, I've been getting a lot of weird comments lately. That's why it's like every time I see that notification, it's like, oh shit. But yeah, when I was watching this, I was very fucking surprised by him talking about views again. And then we get another instance of him saying that he doesn't get paid by views. He doesn't care about views, but he cares about views. I don't get why his viewers care about this. I never understand that. And I think I even left a comment on here the other day. I don't know if it's still here. Yeah, right here. I talk about why I don't really get why anyone would care about his views. I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and it's not like I go to the views and be like, that has this many views. Like, I don't really care about views. No one cares about views. Unless you're like a very hardcore fan of Phil's. Like, Ash and Dakota and all those people all give a shit about his views. So those are the only people who care about his views. But the usual fan that's just like there to watch his videos don't really care about his views, and no one should. The only person that should care about views is the content creator. That's the only thing. But they should only care about it as in the sense of like, it's fine to be like, yeah, views didn't pick up on this. It's fine to talk about views here or there. I'm gonna say that to be for sure, that it's fine to talk about views. It's fine, to say like, well, I was expecting this video to get more views than this video, and it's kind of disheartening to see that or something. But I don't really see the viewers concerned about the bureaucracy of views. Like, well, I really like let me and go into this whole like thing about views. It's just I don't get why he does this.
it doesn't matter to me that views are down.
Doesn't matter to him, but
overall, I've noticed that this month, the month of September, I'm doing just as fine as I did in August, all right? It's not like, oh my God, views are down and my business is doing terrible. It's not. It's actually doing just as well as it did in August. But according to YouTube, my views are down this month. So it makes no sense. My views are down, but I'm making the same amount of money. What? It doesn't make sense. I think YouTube is...
But, like, if you're not making money off views, then you're making money off ads. If you're making the same amount of money, it's the same... I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know how ad-based contracts work necessarily, but if he's not getting paid by views, then... then that just tells me that the views he's getting are people who don't have ad block watching his videos and letting the ads play and all that shit. The views above that are probably people who have ad blocker. Like you see, that's the thing that's weird. It's like if he's not getting paid by views, and his views are down, but he's making the same amount of money as he did last month or so, then that just tells me that the views you see are the actual people who are watching his videos that don't have ad block enabled, or whatever. It's the same amount of people. And maybe some people with ad blocker, and there's a big decrease in people who have ad blocker watching his videos. That's what that's what that's telling me, from an outsider's perspective. But again, he doesn't care about views, but he cares about views.
Screwed up. I think that internally
like the fact that he says that he doesn't care about views, and then goes this whole thing about why his views are down. It's just him trying to justify his low views. But who is he justifying it to? The viewers don't care about the views. We're not his investors. We are just people who watch his content. Why do we care about why his views are low? Phil should care why his views are low, not us. It's not our problem. It's like if I have 2 views on this DSP video. I'm not gonna say, guys, why do I think I know why I have 2 views on this video. And it's like I can't say why I have 2 views because why would you care? Why would you care why I have low views on videos? You wouldn't care.
Something, because if you actually notice on YouTube for the past couple of weeks, things have been being tweaked and being changed. For example, for like a whole day, comments weren't even showing up properly on videos. You couldn't even you could post, but then they wouldn't show up, and then all of a sudden they showed up way later. It was really weird, the whole system. There's new tabs now for me, from someone who uploads. In my pages, there's new like menus and selections and stuff that weren't there before, and every time YouTube changes something like that, something screws up on the website. Just today, I noticed that my live streams have changed. If you don't know this,
What new tabs are you talking about? I've uploaded videos too. I don't see the new this update that Phil's talking about, and streams. He's gonna talk about streams again. I watched this video before. The streams that he's gonna be bringing up, I don't really believe him because I streamed on YouTube before, and I don't think it was ever that when you stream, it's the same continuous video. So I think that when he was getting paid by views, he started to notice. I don't, but again, I don't know. I don't know, but I feel that he had it be one continuous stream, so he would get paid in that money of views. Like for some reason, I would assume that Machinima was, since it was a views-based contract, would just look at the views of that video and assume that was the amount of views in that stream and not know that it's like the same URL that he was using all this time. Again, I can't say that's for sure. I streamed on YouTube a few times, but I never, ever have seen my stream be a continuous video like that. I've never seen YouTube handle those streams that way. So I don't think it's YouTube changing the formula. I just don't think he's telling the truth here. I tried to convey that on Twitter last night, and I don't know if I conveyed it well, but I have streamed on Twitter. I've never seen my streams be a one long continuous stream. It's always when I start a new stream, it's like a completely separate thing from a previous stream I did. It's not going to take the same data from that previous stream and throw it into this new stream I'm doing. It never did that. So I think it was just how he had his stream set up before, and he never tried to change it. And I think now he's trying to change it, and then trying to needlessly lie about it. Again, this is something that I feel like he could prove, but he won't. I don't know.
The way it used to work on YouTube is that every time I live streamed, it would show up as one continuous video. So if you logged into my live stream to watch me live stream something on DSP Gaming, it would say like a ridiculous amount of thumbs up and a ridiculous amount of thumbs down. You're like, Phil just started this stream. How could he have, tens of thousands of thumbs up and thumbs down already? It doesn't make sense. Apparently, I guess what it did, it always considered it as one video. And apparently in the past week, that's changed. And now it's actually making separate videos for each stream, which honestly should have been what it did since the get-go of streaming on YouTube. You see what I mean? Like, there's these things that are weirdly changing internally for YouTube.
But I see, that's what I mean. It's like, I've never had a continuous stream on my channel before. I've never noticed that. So I don't know why he's now just addressing this. And there was a forum post about it. So that's what also trigger this conspiracy. It's like someone on his forum said something like, "Oh, you think we didn't notice that you changed your stream URL to have like this or that or whatever?" And he's like, "No, YouTube changed." And it's like, I don't think YouTube changed how they stream. It's always been that way. But again, it's one of those like things that's like I can't prove for sure, but I just can't believe him, and that's the issue with Phil at this point, is that it's hard to know when he's telling the truth or not.
And I get the feeling because of all these things internally changing, it's screwing with other stuff as well. So I'll give you some perfect examples here. This past week, I started Banjo-Kazooie. I finished up games like Dead Rising, BioShock, and the views look terrible. Like some of these, they're not even 1,000 views. And I'm looking at it like, but the comments, the amount of thumbs up and thumbs down are in line with what a normal playthrough video would have. How could the views be so much dramatically lower than what we're used to? You know, let's face it. A typical playthrough, you know, if it's a long one or a drawn out one or a retro game, probably gets around 1,000 views a video. If it's a more popular hyped game, now we're talking you can get tens of thousands of views, typically maybe around 5,000 on average if it's a long played out playthrough. So I don't want people, I want you, the common viewer, to go to my channel and start watching. Wow, what happened to Phil's views? Is his business tanking? What's going on? No, not at all. In fact, like I said,
Again, no fan thinks like that. Every time you talk to a DSP fan, they are convinced he's gonna stay here forever, which is fine. I mean, he probably will be on YouTube for a long time. But, I don't think a DSP fan is gonna be like, Phil's gonna be homeless, oh my god! Like, they're probably just gonna not care, because the only way that I feel that DSP fans are gonna think that his business is tanking is if Phil says his business is tanking, or that he stops streaming on YouTube, or he doesn't upload as much videos anymore, or that he, you know, it's just, they would probably need to see harder evidence than views to see that his business is failing. So he's not giving his fans that much credit.
I've been keeping tabs on everything going on recently, and I've been looking at the analytics and everything behind the scenes, and the money I'm bringing in is the same as it was last month, yet YouTube's telling me my views are down. It's logically can't happen. If views are down, it means advertisements down, it means I make less money, but it's not. It's bullshit. So YouTube's fucked up.
But if you're not getting paid by views, and you're getting paid by ads, then maybe the views you're getting are an accurate number of people who don't have ad blocker or don't enable it when they're watching your videos, watch your videos. It could be that.
So don't be discouraged from watching any of the new playthroughs or things that I've been doing simply because the views aren't showing on the videos. The bottom line is,
don't be discouraged by the views. What? Yes, because when people watch, because if you're a fan of something, and the first thing, you're not going to care about what the person uploads, you're going to care about the views? Okay, DSP fans, I know you're watching this video. If you made it this far, please let me know. Do views impact what you watch on DSP's channel? Like, if you're a fan of Phil's, are you gonna, like, look at a video's views and be like, oh, that doesn't have enough views, I'm not gonna watch it? Usually, like, I'll give you an example on my end. Again, I'm a huge fan of Mega64. I know, surprise, surprise, surprise. They upload a video. I watch it instantly as soon as I see it on my subscriber feed. I don't look at views. I don't look at likes, dislikes. I just say, oh, look, a new video by Mega64 that I like. Click, and I watch it, and there you go. Simple as that. I don't know why Phil thinks that his fans will get dissuaded by view numbers. You know, if the detractors who actively try to get people to stop watching Phil's videos can't stop them from watching Phil's videos, how can a number can?
I don't make money off of views anyway. I make money off of things like ad revenue and engagement and stuff like that. So that's the important thing, and I'm still doing just as well as I did last month, so don't worry and think, oh no, the sky is falling. Phil's business is falling apart. It's not. It's actually the complete opposite. I'm doing fine. I don't know why YouTube is reflecting like no one's watching these videos when that's not the case. It's like I said, if all of a sudden people really weren't interested in my videos, you wouldn't see the same amount of likes and dislikes and comments on the videos. It would just be like nothing, right? So how am I getting the same ratio of likes and dislikes and comments on my videos, but the views are dramatically down? It makes no sense. YouTube's obviously...
Okay, actually, no, we're gonna look that up. We're gonna look at that. Because... Oh, he's live! He's live right now. Shit, we're missing a pre-stream, guys. Let's look at the views. 256 views. Okay, let's 10 likes, 8 dislikes. Okay, so I mean, I thought it would be like 300 likes, 256 views. It's like, okay, 7 comments. So how are the views? How do these ratios not add up? Because obviously 7 of the people who comment He says 7 comments. I know we only see like 4, but it's supposed to have 7 comments. Maybe allegedly 7 comments. 10 people dislike and 8 people dislike. So, that's 7, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 25. 25 people out of 256 has participated in all of this. That adds up. Because you're not gonna see like, yeah. Oh, this guy, this fucking guy. You don't wanna. But yeah, so I don't see how that doesn't add up.
Fucked up. Anyway, it doesn't affect me anyway negatively, but just for your own knowledge, so you don't think, oh god, what's going on? Why does this video have like so few views? That's not the case. Just continue to watch the playthroughs, like you always have, and enjoy them, and nothing's bad, okay?
Nothing's
The
bad.
final thing I want to mention
wrong.
before we get to the schedule is that Patreon is coming to a close for this month. Today is the 25th, which means there's only 5 days left to pledge to my Patreon. All right, for the month of September. We're still behind. We haven't hit the goal yet. We're about $75 or something like that away from hitting the goal for the month of September. This month, the big goal is a Halloween marathon. Everyone tells me they want a Halloween marathon. They can't wait to start nominating and voting on games, but we have to hit the goal. So with 5 days left, by the end of September 30th, midnight Pacific time, which is my time zone, we have to have about $75 more pledges in there to hit the goal and to do this upcoming Halloween marathon. So please check it out over at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil for all the details. As little as $1 helps. If you pledge $5 or more by the end of this month, you actually will be able to nominate and vote on those horror games that I'm going to play in the marathon on October 31st, Halloween night.
We have to donate. We have to. We have to have this thing happen. We have to. It's that which is also weird because if Patreon is about supporting Phil, then that should be why they have to donate to him, not because they have to, because they want to. But that's a nitpick.
Night, okay?
Okay.
Last but not least, I did a special vlog this past week. It was actually a vlog about Street Fighter V. And it's a pretty informative one where I kind of go through the basis of what's happened with Street Fighter V over the course of this year, how basically the professional fighting game players, the ones who make a living playing fighting games, not necessarily win every tournament, but they live stream, they fucking take donations, they, on their...
I like how he puts, like, makes a living in quotations about it. Like, you make money out of playing video games too, Phil. And you have donations. It's called Patreon. I mean, Patreon's a great website, and it's great for content creators, but they're kind of like donations. But, of course, he's going to try to spin it differently because he doesn't want to make himself look bad. I know, believe it or not. But, that video is a complete train wreck of a video. He really is just dumb about it.
Streams and all kinds of shit like that on Twitch. They've got sponsorships from these fucking gaming companies, and all they're known for is playing competitive Street Fighter. All right, they're basically spinning Street Fighter V to be a much better game than it really is. Street Fighter V is one of the worst competitive Street Fighter games ever created on paper, black and fucking white. If you look at facts of previous Street Fighter games versus this one.
Facts. See. Okay, look. If you watch my Street Fighter V video and you're like scratching your head thinking, Theo, how can you like how are you saying that people who dislike the game are dumb or that they should just shut up? No, that's not what I was trying to get at. This is what I was trying to get at right here. Phil said that it's a fact that Street Fighter V is a bad game. That is a very, 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 very bad argument to make, because if I like the game, how can that... No. You can say that I don't like the game. It's fine if you don't like the game. That's not an issue, but it's not a fact. Your opinion on a game isn't a fact, and this is the thing that constantly annoys people about Phil. Constantly. He says what he says is fact. Like, oh yeah, this is a fact. But when he makes an opinion that's publicly not accepted. Like, if a lot of people like a certain game and he hates it, and everyone's like, oh, how dare you hate this game? He's like, look, it's just my opinion. It's not a fact. It's just my opinion. Let me have my opinion. But then he says something like this, and he's like, it's a fact that Street Fighter V is bad. And that is a... Don't you see the hypocrisy there? Like, he hides behind an opinion when he makes a unpopular opinion. He hides behind the opinion defense. But when he makes an opinion that is kind of somewhat a popular stance, like, because there are people who don't like Street Fighter V. I know a lot of people who don't like that game. And then it's like, oh, it's a fact that the game's bad. It's not a fucking fact. And also, part of me is a little annoyed with people who go out of their way to tell me that they don't like the game. Because here's the thing, I have a friend. I guess he's my friend. I don't really hang out with him that much, but when I see him around, every time I hang out with him, like, I could be playing any other fighting game, he would randomly bash Street Fighter V. And it's like, if I asked for his opinion, that's one thing. It's not like I asked him, hey man, what do you think of Street Fighter V? We could be playing like fucking Skullgirls or Mortal Kombat, and he'd be like, oh, this is a fun game. Street Fighter V is a piece of shit. It's an unfinished game, it's garbage, and they released it unfinished. It's like, cool. I've heard this several times in the past. I know, I understand that people don't like this game. I don't need to hear it again for the 1000th time without talking about it. If I talk about Street Fighter V and I ask for your opinion of it, that's something else. But because again, I understand why people don't like the game. Now, if you're making or on your own YouTube channel and make a video why you don't like the game, that's fine. But if that's your opinion, you're not gonna make a video and saying, "Well, it's a bad game, and here's facts. It's you can't dispute this." But it's like, but I like the game. I think it's a good game. I think Street Fighter V is a good game. It has issues in it, but you know I can deal with those issues. I know about the 8-frame delay or whatever. I know that they got rid of or shortened the amount of frame delay that stakes were getting. Okay, cool. At least they addressed that issue. But I still like the game. It has issues, but I still like the game. I can list maybe 10 games in my collection that I love, and I can find issues with those games. I can find issues in any game. If you're telling me that well, Street Fighter V has these bad things in it, yeah, every game has bad stuff in it. I like Doom, but I can find bad things about Doom. That's just how video games are. There's good things and there's bad things. I know. Shocking.
You could definitively say it's a piece of crap.
Definitively.
Right? But they're spinning it like you shouldn't have any negative feelings about the game, and you should love it, and you should continue to watch their streams and watch tournaments, because in their minds, if this game fails, Capcom has nothing else to keep anything popular, and fighting games won't be as popular, and they won't be able to do it for a living anymore. They're blatantly spinning it positively. And
but where is he getting this information from? I doubt that the FGC has been saying, or like Shuriken.com or whatever. I doubt they're saying, guys, we have to like Street Fighter V to make fighting games popular. I doubt that's what they're saying, because the FGC knows that there's other fighting games. There's a huge BlazBlue community. There's a huge Skullgirls community. There's a huge community in each fighting game, respectively. I mean, there might not be as huge as Street Fighter, for example, or Mortal Kombat, but fighting games are still popular, with or without Street Fighter. There's been fighting games before Street Fighter, or like, you know, between 3 and 4. There's been fighting games between those two games. And the FGC aren't spinning that for whatever reason. They're just giving their opinions why they like the game. And, you know, I haven't read the articles. I don't know if the articles necessarily say this, but I really doubt that the articles are saying that you have to like the game.
or just flat out fucking lying about the game in order to get popularity and views. I did a whole vlog about this right here on the King of Hate vlogs. Right now it has over 11,000 views and growing. So if you haven't seen the vlog yet, please give it a look. At least if you're interested in fighting games, it's going to basically kind of reveal a lot of stuff that's controversial, that I'm sure a lot of people are mad at me that I said it, but I think the people just needed to get some truth. Rather than getting the fucking spin zone bullshit from the competitive FGC, someone had to step up and say the truth about.
But someone could make the argument that he is spinning the game to be negative because he sucks at the game. I mean, again, like, you can make the same argument about his video. You can say that it's a biased video that makes you want to hate Street Fighter V because he's not going to be playing it anymore, and he wants to justify why he thinks the game's bad. You can make the same argument with him in Street Fighter V, and this is the issue I have with that vlog. My big issue, I kind of wish I said in that video, but if he doesn't like the game, that's fine. We understood that he didn't like the game with his Street Fighter V review, the KOGaming video about the story mode, and all the other times we talk about it in pre-streams. We get it, Phil. You don't like the game, and no one would blame you for not liking the game. But you don't have to fucking shit on people for liking the game because you don't like the game. And that's what I do, and I think I'm pretty sure I said it in the video, but you can't say, don't shame people for disliking the game, and then shame people for liking the game. That's hypocritical. That's a fundamental hypocrisy. That's like me saying, it's okay to like Phil, but fuck you for hating Phil. It's like, you can't say that? Or it's like, it's okay to hate Phil, but fuck you for liking Phil. Like, I would never say that because that's your opinion. You're gonna watch Phil regardless. You know, after this video, if you watch this video, you're gonna go and continue to watch Phil. Okay, cool. That's what you decide to do. But I can't. It's just shitty that he made a video trying to defend people for not liking the game, but then shit on people for liking the game. He has said in his stream chat, on his forums, that you can't defend Street Fighter V, and people who like Street Fighter V are idiots. He literally said people who like Street Fighter V are idiots in a stream chat. See the problem? Like he got angry when people would say, but if you tell him that you're an idiot for disliking Street Fighter V, he's gonna go all out on you. But it's okay for him to say that you're an idiot for liking Street Fighter V. Again, if you don't like Street Fighter V, that's okay. That's your opinion. But don't tell people that they're idiots for liking it.
Fucking Street Fighter V, the game sucks, and I tell you why in that video and what to believe and what not to believe. All right, so that was this
Not
past
really.
week. Now let's talk about the schedule coming up.
That kind of was a lie. He didn't really tell us what to believe and what not to believe. He just said, "Oh, look at the FGC. This is why they're wrong," and that's it. He didn't say what we should believe and what we shouldn't believe. He wasn't even neutral in that video. Like, and I'm sure someone's gonna tell me that I'm not being neutral in these DSP videos, but honestly, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt when I watch these videos. I honestly do. And if you don't believe me, that's your opinion. You don't believe me. But I mean, I can't really make you change your mind that way. But I try to give him a fair shake. And then he says stuff like this. That's like, yeah, I know you're not giving Street Fighter V a fair chance, or being fair in that video. He did nothing but shit on that video. Said people who like the game are idiots. Not in that video. Sure, he said that in other places, like on stream chat, where if you try to refute him or argue with him, he's gonna block you. So of course it's hard to argue with him because then he just blocks you. Like that is a problem. It's like if you don't want to have an argument, then just either ignore the argument that someone's trying to have with you, or just be like, hey man, I understand that you like Street Fighter V. I don't like Street Fighter V, and that's fine, and leave it at that. You don't have to say, you're an idiot for liking Street Fighter V, or that you can't defend that game. Anyone can defend that game easily by saying, the 8 frame delay, whatever, is an issue, but it doesn't bother me because, I can still play the game and I can still win matches and all that. It's still a competitive game. I don't mind about the character list because I have enough mains in that game as it is. I don't mind grinding for fight money to buy for DLC characters, so on and so on and so on. Anyone can make defense for Street Fighter V. If you don't like that game, you're not gonna fucking be swooned into buying Street Fighter V again. You're gonna be like, yeah, okay, that's cool, I just don't like the game. And that's fine. It's never about, you have to like what I like, or whatever.
But some of it's going to be uncertain, and allow me to explain. Here's what I'm working on right now. Banjo-Kazooie. I started it on Saturday, and I've got a long way to go in this game. I get the feeling I've still probably got, like, maybe 3 major streams, if not more, to finish it up. Hitman has a new episode coming out this week. So that's cool. I've really liked the Hitman game over the course of this year. I'm definitely planning on playing this next episode. I think this is the next to last episode. I think there's one episode left after this one for Hitman. So definitely playing that on Tuesday when it actually releases, just like I've covered all the other episodes. All right. But outside of those two things, the only other thing that's guaranteed that's on the docket for me is Ask the King. And that's a big one. I got to bring this up. Ask the King, my Q&A show, where you ask questions on the KingOfHate.com forums and I answer them, returns this Thursday. So that's going to be Thursday, September 29th.
Oh my god, why can't I draw eyes?
It's going to be my first half of the day. Man. It's going to be a big one because it's now been over 2 months since I did the last episode. If you have not yet, please put your questions up on the KingOfHate.com forums. There's already a thread there for it, all right? And if you were...
And yes, I will be covering his King of Hate. I just can't ever promise if I'll be drunk or not. So there's that. I'm trying to find a book, so excuse me for a while.
You're a patron of mine in the past 2 months, so either in July or August, you have a question that you want to ask the King, and you pledged the $20 that qualified you to get your question answered for sure. You should have access to that. I mean, at this point, yeah, I've already messaged everyone multiple times. I think you would already have told me if you didn't have access yet to the premium section of the KingOfHate.com forums. Post up your questions by Thursday so you can get them answered for sure. All right?
For sure.
So, that being said, this Thursday, Ask the King, big one. I'm excited for it. I love doing Ask the King, but I was so just kind of busy and inundated with other stuff over the summer that I get to get back to it. And this is cool because now another 2 months, guess when the next Ask the King is? Thanksgiving. I always do one around Thanksgiving, and it looks like I'm on par to do another one right around.
And every time he talks about it in Thanksgiving, he always mentions the Rambo. So, will he talk about Rambo? Who knows?
Around Thanksgiving again, which is awesome, okay? So, Ask the King this coming Thursday. But outside of Banjo, Hitman, and Ask the King, my schedule's kind of open, right? And even though, yeah, I know that the 3 things will take up a lot of this week, there's still going to be kind of some empty spots, and you're going to ask, what am I going to be doing during those spots, all right? Well, allow me to get through at least the first 2 days of the week, because I have answers for you, and then later in the week is what I need your feedback on. So, tonight, after I do this, week in preview, I actually have some personals of bills and stuff to pay, so I'm not doing anything additional tonight for gameplay or anything like that. Monday the 26th, my gameplay stream is going to be the return to Overwatch. Yes, I have not played Overwatch now in over 3 weeks. I played it very early, I think in September when they did that patch that released some additional stuff, and since then I haven't played again. I want to play again. I like Overwatch a lot. It's a game that I went back to quite a lot this year, and I want to play it even more. So Overwatch is coming tomorrow. It's going to be my gameplay stream, and you'll see videos up on DSP Gaming. Tomorrow night, Monday night, I'm going to be doing more Banjo-Kazooie. I'll continue with that game. That will not be live streamed. It'll be probably another hour and a half to 2 hours of offline gameplay that I'll record.
See, isn't that great for people who paid to have the Banjo-Kazooie game? That wanted the Banjo-Kazooie game, they probably thought that, we're going to be able to get it streamed. Nope. Won't be streamed.
Upload to DSP Gaming, all right? And by the way, I just want to emphasize this. Did I think that Banjo-Kazooie HD was going to be an amazingly popular playthrough? No, I didn't. I actually had no realistic expectations that people were going to come out to watch it. The stream that I did do got some pretty good attendance, but the videos on YouTube, Now, again, could that be YouTube screwing up or whatever? To me, it doesn't really matter. The patrons picked it. I'm going to keep playing it regardless of how many people are watching it, but it's not going to be like a major focus that I have to stream every day. I might be playing it a lot offline, okay?
But it should be a focus because people paid for that. People paid for that. That should be a focus. This is what I don't get about Phil, is that he's not... His Patreon is pretty bad. I really, really don't like his Patreon. It's so poorly designed. And I would have made better goals. I've talked about how he could make his Patreon better. I did a Patreon video. Watch that video. I go into exactly the specifics of why his Patreon could be better. But whatever.
Tuesday. It's going to be Hitman, all right? I'm going to be playing the new Hitman episode on stream. So I'll do my first cold run where I go through and I try to just do the basic objectives. Then I'll do a second run like I always do, where I try to do the alternate method of doing things. And it'll be fun. I like doing the alternate methods when I do the Hitman assassinations. It makes it a lot more fun to find these more creative and interesting ways to do the assassination. So that's going to be Tuesday's stream. Tuesday night, more than likely, I'll probably play even more Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, so finally on Wednesday is when my schedule starts to clear up a little bit. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of torn between a few options, all right? Kind of like 3 options. So let me give you the 3 options that I'm
Scarface?
Juggling in my mind right now. And these are the 3 things that I'm considering doing this week, and you're going to have
Scarface?
input. You're going to be able to vote tonight on
Scarface?
what you want to see coming up this week. All right, here's the 3 options for this week to balance with Banjo-Kazooie and Ask the King and all that going on. Number 1 would be for me to return to Dead Rising, the remaster that I just recently finished last week, and do a New Game Plus run through it. Now, I've already beaten the game once. I've got these great stats, all these abilities. This run is going to be highly dependent on the viewers, because what I'm going to do is, as I go through it, see if people on the stream chat, for example, could say, oh, Phil, there's this psychopath over here that you missed the first time through. Go fight him now. And
he's hyping a playthrough on him doing what his fans tell him to do, that he's been doing every single time I play Dead Rising. That is so fucking boring. And he has said multiple times that, oh, I'm sure once you find everything it's gonna be fun, but the whole point of Dead Rising, the whole reason why it's fun is because people get to find. They get to find the secrets and all that on their own. They're not, oh well, we gotta like look it up on that. It's just that's the point. It's so you can find these things on your own. But he's not doing that. He's having Stream Chat hold his hand again. How is that fun? How is that fun to watch?
I'll basically listen to kind of the input from people watching to tell me what I missed the first time through so that I can run and do a more, not necessarily completionist, because I have no intentions of saving every single survivor, especially with the absolutely god-awful AI in the game of the survivors, but I would like to definitely see all the boss fights and stuff and see if I can make a better attempt at a second run through the game. Maybe do things differently at the end, right? Instead of doing the ending that I got, maybe try to do a different ending or something. You know, we'll see, but that's kind of the goal that I have for it. So that's option number 1. I get a feeling a lot of people will be interested in that because people seem to really enjoy my Dead Rising playthrough.
I'm going to try to rig the
option number
polls.
2. There's a new game called Virginia. All right. I haven't heard much about it at all. I personally didn't hear about it until a few people messaged me this past week and they said, Phil, there's this new game called Virginia. Seems like it might be very heavily narrative based. It might be right up your alley for your style of commentary. We'd like to see if you'd like to play it because it's coming up this next week, and you haven't mentioned it at all. I don't know much about it. Now, I'm sure many people are probably hearing about it for the first time, and you'll go look it up too. If this is something you're interested in seeing me play, let me know, all right? Or number 3. Now, this one's kind of a long shot, in my opinion. This is just something out of the blue, because one of the major new releases this week, if you're not aware, everyone, there's 3 new releases this week. There's, oh, God, I wrote it down. Where is it? Oh, that's right. There's this new Shantae game. It's a platformer, 2D platformer. I guess there's a new modern version of it. Not too interested in that. There's also a new Sonic Boom game called Fire and Ice. I'm going to be honest with everyone. I was so put off by how bad that Sonic Boom game was 2 years ago that I bought. I mean, I just have no desire to play anything in the Sonic Boom franchise. And the bottom line is next year we're going to have...
Riley played Sonic 2006, which was a bad game. He won't play Sonic Boom because it's a bad game. Okay. Sonic Boom for Patreon, everyone.
2 new games, Sonic Generations and whatever that other one is. So they're both supposed to be 2 new franchises of Sonic. So I kind of don't really want to play the Sonic Boom game. But the other new release this week is Forza Horizon 3. If you're not aware, this is in the Forza Horizon series. You know, driving simulator and all that stuff. And I have not played a driving/racing game in a long time. In fact, if you actually look back, I think it might be 2 to 3 years since I've actually tried to do a playthrough or at least coverage of some kind of a driving game. So I think what I want to do is one of those 3 things. Either a second run through Dead Rising as a New Game Plus with the help of people watching to tell me what I missed and I should go do. Or check out this new game, Virginia. or Forza
Virginia.
Horizon 3. One of those three things I'm strongly considering doing this week, okay? Now, I want to clear up some elephants in the room. So people have been messaging me about stuff the past couple of weeks, asking me, am I doing this, am I doing this, am I doing this? And I'm going to address it right now in this video. Am I playing NBA 2K17? No. I played NBA 2K for the past several years, okay? And it's a good game, and I had fun with it, but last year, basically the only reason anyone tuned in is because they wanted to see me do my face scan, fail again, and do the story, which was a Spike Lee written story, okay? After the story ended, the game was boring as dirt, and there was no reason to continue playing it. I agree. And, you know, sports games are good if I play them every 2 years.
I fucking can't draw today.
Or whatever. So I'm not doing NBA this year. I'm just not. You know, I have no interest in it. FIFA. Some people ask me, why, Phil, why am I playing FIFA? Because this year it has a story mode. Well, the bottom line is, no one asked me for it when it was new. Like, it came out. It's already out from what I'm to understand. And, like, no one even bothered to say, hey, Phil, are you playing it or not? So I'm assuming there was no interest. Now, all of a sudden, after the fact, a few people messaged me, Phil, can't believe you're not playing it. Didn't seem like there was interest. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of games that I'm not known for, synonymous for. These sports games are one of them. Every once in a while, I'll play, you know, an MLB or an NBA or a Madden or, you know, but when I play them, sometimes they get attention, sometimes they don't. For example, earlier this year, I played the NHL beta. There was a beta released, and a fan sent me a code for it, and I played it, and I just didn't get it. The controls were very frustrating, and based off of that, I've determined I probably shouldn't play the retail game, right? So yeah, it didn't seem like there was a lot of interest in FIFA for me to play, and that's why I didn't play that. Now, the other one that I've been getting a ton of messages about, and I can't understand why, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which I just finished, by the way, about 2 weeks ago.
He liked the game, remember? He liked it.
Was it 2 weeks ago? I think it was less than 2 weeks ago that I finished this game. Long playthrough, right? Has a DLC already. And it costs $12. Unless you bought the season pass, which I didn't. It costs $12 for this DLC, and people are like, Phil, are you going to play it? No. I just finished the game. And if a DLC comes out that quickly after the release of the game, what that tells me is that DLC should have been in the fucking game, and they're ripping everyone off, right? If anything, the one major complaint that everyone had about Mankind Divided was that the main story was very weak. It seemed like it was too quick. It wasn't as strong as the story in Human Revolution, and the side content of the game far exceeded in story what the main plot line did. So maybe if they didn't fucking take the DLC and sell it less than a month after the release of the game, right? Maybe if that was part of the plot would have seemed better. So I have no desire to sink more money into this fucking game that I felt wasn't as good as the first one, and I was a little bit disappointed over. I just don't see it. I can't with good conscience buy another DLC in less than a month after it's fucking released. That's ridiculous. It should not even be out this quickly, is the bottom line. So I'm not doing that. So there's a lot of things that came up in September.
Drinks water's so weird, by the way. I know that's a nitpick, but it's so weird. But this whole thing with the Deus Ex thing, he could be getting views for it, but he's not doing it. He's not gonna do it. And he said that was his favorite game. He liked the game. And he doesn't want to play DLC for a game he liked. And whenever he decides to play this DLC, which is probably either going to be never, he's going to be like, where's the views? Why are people watching this?
That I didn't really play, alright? So, here's the deal. Here's what's going to happen. Right now, when I
really don't get why he's not playing it. I really don't get it. It's like he randomly decides no. Like I don't know. I don't know why he's refusing to play a game, a DLC that he can buy and probably make his money back because a lot of people probably would watch it. But he liked the game. But he doesn't want to go back into the game he likes playing. What? Dude, I love Skullgirls. I play that game from time to time. I played it a lot this weekend. If they announce a new DLC character for that game, oh, I'd be all in. They're doing a mobile game. They're doing a Skullgirls mobile game? Bet your fucking ass I'm downloading that. It's a free game. I don't care. I'm fucking downloading it because I love fucking Skullgirls. I need my fix. Okay?
To YouTube. Once it goes live, I'm going to put a poll up on my Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP, right over here, at TheyCallMeDSP. The poll's going to say, which of these 3 options would you prefer to see Phil do this week? The Dead Rising, remastered New Game Plus run, the Virginia game, or Forza Horizon 3. And based off of your input, it's not going to directly 100% solidify what I play, but it's going to heavily influence it. I'm actually curious, out of these 3 options of stuff that's available to play this week, what people actually would want to see me play.
I don't get these polls that he does. It's like Scarface all over again. Like, I mean, he's probably gonna play Dead Rising, to be honest, because he's gonna get a lot of help with that. He's gonna get handheld. He loves it. But remember Scarface? San Andreas won the poll, decided to play Scarface. Like, he really wanted to play Scarface, and then he stopped playing it. It's dead. The gameplay is dead. I really don't get why people always get surprised that he'll never pick Scarface. That game is dead. He'll never play that game. Never. Phil might pretend that he might go back into it, but he's not going to. He's hoping people would forget about that game. That's why he's banning people in his stream chat for just saying Scarface. And I got into this stupid comment war with this guy on the previous video, but DSP gets trolled because he does shit like this. Oh, if you went to Scarface, I'm gonna ban you. Guess what's gonna happen? People are gonna talk about Scarface everywhere they go. Why? It's like, yeah, it's hard for him to ignore trolling at this point, but he kind of made it harder for himself, because back when he was like famous and somewhat popular, if he just rolled with "This Is How You Don't Play," he even said that in a forum post that he should have reacted differently to "This Is How You Don't Play." It would have been a different story if he was like, "Yeah, This Is How You Don't Play is really funny. I can't believe like I messed up. I didn't know how to use the rations in Metal Gear Solid 2. I can't believe I said this about the game. Oh my god, I look like such an idiot," or whatever. If he just took the joke, no one would give him shit. But no, instead, he starts yelling about "This Is How You Don't Play," how it's like a personal insult to him. And then someone, when he was doing Kingdom Hearts, someone in the chat was like talking about it, and then his girlfriend goes into the chat, starts shitting on them for liking Kingdom Hearts. And then Phil gets surprised that people are angry at Leanna for shitting on Kingdom Hearts, and then he turns the chat to subscriber only mode. And then he endorsed cyberbullying for a guy who just asked him why he turned the chat in subscriber only mode. And then he had to apologize for it. And then he decided to do a multiplayer only event after he pocketed the money for Project 7. And then he was like, I can't do this, so then he put a multiplayer section behind a paywall instead of just turning into a private lobby every time he does it. He gets triggered when he hears an ounce of a voice on chat, someone going to say hello, and he'll panic and try to get to the muting instantly every time. I mean, it's not like he makes it easy. It makes it hard for anyone to troll him. Like, if I wanted to, I could probably troll this guy easily. I was on his fucking forums, and all I said was, this playthrough of Dead Rising is bad. His hand's getting held the whole time, and that's it. I get banned. Yeah, okay, very constructive reason to ban me, Phil.
In comparison to if I just made a cold choice, right? I might not necessarily be in tune with what people want. So that's why.
But he's doing another poll that might end up the same way as Scarface. Good idea, Phil. Good idea. Super idea. You never learn. You never learn from your mistakes, right? You never learn that maybe I should listen to what the poll wants and give them what the poll wants, and then if I quit the game, I could say, like, for once, if Scarface won the polling, let's say, and he rage quit that game, or whatever, he quit playing that game, he could say, oh, the detractors voted for Scarface so I could rage, but they didn't vote for that, because fucking San Andreas won. But he's doing another poll where he's gonna leave himself vulnerable to this shit. Good idea, Phil. You never learn.
You know, a lot of people get angry if, like, one game narrowly wins over another. Phil didn't play that game? Well, the poll isn't meant to 100% solidify what I play. It just gives me an idea of what's out there that people want to see. You know, there were a few weeks back...
But then what's the... What logic is that? Well, a lot of people narrowly want to see me play this game, so I'm gonna go to the one that didn't win. Because that's what people want. Because the one that didn't get the most votes. That doesn't make any sense. Phil, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, I do these polls to see what people are interested in. Okay, but so then you should be playing the one that wins, because the one that wins the poll is the one that people are clearly interested in. So why would you pick someone that didn't win the poll? What the fuck is this logic? Oh my god, it's like for the elections this year, it's like, okay guys, vote for whatever candidate you want, but that's gonna tell us which candidate you want as president, but that doesn't mean that's the candidate we're gonna go with. Oh, people really want Hillary Clinton, okay, Trump is our president. I don't get this fucking logic.
I believe I did a poll and one game came in second, and I ended up playing the game that was second place or something like that, and people got mad at me. That's not the purpose of the poll. It's not to control my destiny. It's just to get opinion on what people are interested in. And then during the time period when it's realistic, maybe I'll play it. Now, this week, I could probably play any...
What? So that's his logic? So the one who wins the poll, he's gonna play whenever he wants. But he's gonna pick the one that loses, that doesn't win the poll, to play right now. So Phil, the people who voted for let's say the people who, in the Scarface poll, whoever voted for Scarface, whoever voted for San Andreas, whenever you decide to play that game, left. They left, Phil. They're not gonna come back. So you not playing the game that wins the day when it wins doesn't mean that these people are gonna stick around. They're just gonna leave. This makes no sense. This makes no sense at all. I can't believe that he thinks this makes sense. I don't understand. Like it's stuff like that. I don't get it. I don't get why he thinks that anyone would say that makes sense. He's gonna pick the game that doesn't win the poll, because the one that wins the poll, he's gonna play leader. What? Now with that logic, you should be playing San Andreas then, because that won the poll last time.
Of those games, but I'll give you another example. XCOM 2 comes out this week. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not playing XCOM 2. There's many reasons. Number one, because it's already been out on PC for most of the year, which is fucking stupid that it was a PC exclusive for most of the year. Now it comes out on consoles. Already any hype for it is completely gone. But number two, the game's too long. I already know from playing XCOM 1. The game's insanely fucking long.
There's no hype on it for consoles. Yeah, it's not like, the people on consoles who wanted to play XCOM 2 were getting hyped that it's finally coming to consoles, right? Dude, I remember when they announced the orange box for the 360, it got so hyped because I was going to be able to play this game on consoles. It's like, oh.
And I put like 15 to 20 hours into XCOM 1, didn't beat it, and eventually just had to write it off because I was so busy during the hardcore gaming season I didn't have any more fucking time to play it. And that's exactly what would happen with XCOM 2. I'd start to play it, and then but within a week or two I'd get caught up in other new releases and never go back to it. So that's the bottom line, is I'm not playing XCOM 2 either. I don't really feel like there's a lot of demand or a lot of interest in it right now. All the hype died out earlier this year when they made it a PC exclusive stupidly. So yeah, that's the deal with a lot of this stuff. A lot of people ask me, are you playing this? You playing this? I hope that just addressed all the elephants in the room. And your voting on the poll is going to help determine what I play this week. All right? So the poll will go up tonight. When I say
This
tonight, Sunday
poll,
night, we'll go up
this-
on
you
my
can't
Twitter.
do a
I'll probably leave
poll.
it there for a few days so that you can vote on it, and then maybe when I get to like Wednesday, when it's time to actually start playing whatever the new thing is, I'll use that poll to heavily influence what I play. All right, so in brief recap, and then we'll finish up and have the credits roll and all of that. Tomorrow, Overwatch, and then more Banjo-Kazooie. Tuesday, the new Hitman episode, and then more Banjo-Kazooie. Wednesday, whatever I start new, and more Banjo-Kazooie. Thursday, Ask the King, and then I'll see if Thursday night if I want to do whatever I started new or more Banjo-Kazooie. And then Friday is probably going to be whatever I started new and more Banjo-Kazooie. You see what I mean? Like, Banjo is probably going to end up being kind of the secondary game to everything, simply because it is a retro game and there's not a ton of mainstream interest in it. Hopefully, whatever I do start up as a new playthrough, people...
Yeah, because it's not like people paid money to see Banjo-Kazooie. Why would he ever put that in mainstream? No, just bury that gameplay on second stream. And I'm not saying that he's gonna try to like quit that game. I don't think he's gonna quit that game because it's not really that hard. It's just kind of boring. Boring. It's a boring game to watch. So he's gonna beat it. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he's gonna beat it. A lot of people are already think that he's gonna try to back out of it or in some way, but I think at most this playthrough is probably gonna take longer than it needs. But whatever.
Want to see more on live stream, okay? So there you go. That's the rough idea for the week. Now, FYI, this is the final week of 2016 that is bereft of major new releases. And what I mean by that is next week, we've got Mafia 3. The week after, Gears of War 4, as well as WWE and the launch of the PlayStation Virtual Reality System. The week after that, Battlefield 1. The week after that, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I may play Titanfall 2. I'm a little bit on the fence about that. And there's a few other things coming up.
He was so gung-ho about not playing Titanfall 2. He's like, I'm not playing Titanfall 2. This game was a ripoff. The first game was a ripoff. I'm not gonna support these devs to play the second one. He's gonna play the second one. After hearing that, I was like, yeah, he's playing Titanfall 2. He is. He's gonna play it. I know he will. There's no question in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that he's gonna play Titanfall 2. He's playing that game. See you online, Phil.
During the
Actually, I don't think I'm gonna own that game, but he's gonna be online. He's gonna play Titanfall 2.
month 2 odds and ends that I'm going to be interested in playing. Then in November, like every week, there's major releases. December. So for the next like 3 months, every week's going to have hot new releases that people want to see. So no more of this, oh, I got to play this game and it's a dud, or here's a downtime old game. We're going to get into the heavy nitty-gritty of the hardcore gaming season, which I think everyone's been waiting for. And like, where is it? Last year we had games like Until Dawn and Metal Gear Solid 5 and Super Mario.
Every week in preview, he brings that up. Last year we had Metal Gear Solid 5. We had this. We had this. We had this. And it's like every week we have to hear that. I mean, that's a nitpick, sure, but it's like you fucking get it. Last year was the best year, even though you said it was the worst year last year. What?
Maker and this one and that one that you can all name happened in August, September, and this year there's nothing major really happened, right? So hopefully next month we'll really hit the ground running with the new stuff. But for now, this is the final week of kind of finishing up with all the older stuff and the downtime stuff until the new releases start hitting next week. That's it, everyone. Thanks for watching the Weekend Preview. Please vote in the poll that I post up tonight. And without further ado, thank you to the August patrons that made...
Okay, that's it for this video. This video is kind of ridiculous. I'm surprised it was over an hour long. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to read the comments. I know there's gonna be good comments as always, and there's gonna be some other comments. See you for my rest of my old channel Endure. It's going strong, guys.